Hey there, Triple F Squad. Welcome back to another so-so episode of Two Fools in Fantasy Football. Today, we're going to talk about some great waiver wire pickups and some sad injury news and notes. This episode today. So I am Marty McFly, and with me as always is Tyler, the uncool fool Greer.
On Triple F Squad, I am Tyler, the uncool fool. That is I. Today we're going to be talking about some great stuff. All the waiver wire pickups that we're going to be talking about are guys who are rostered in 50% or less in the leagues. So they're going to be deep dives. So some guys you can put on your roster, maybe stash for a couple weeks, or if not, you can play too as well, depending on the matchup of the schedule. So, but for playoff wise too, they're going to be great plays and great finds, and get them now before they get taken, because somebody will deep dive and somebody will take them on a whim. That's what happens. And sometimes those deep dives are the guys who win you it. Just like the Rams tight end last year, Mr. Higbee, if I remember correctly, he scored 20 points a game in the playoffs. So just some knowledge we're gonna drop on you and help you with your playoff wins too as well. So Marty's gonna take it away and give you the latest injuries that happened in week 11.
Okay, thank you very much, Tyler. We're going to start off with the biggest loss for the rest of the season. Mr. Rookie of the Year contender, Joe Burrow, quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. The man tore everything in his knee. Any ACL you can think of, any CL you can think of, MCL, ACL, and some other ligaments in his knee.
PCL.
We may not see him until week 10, week 11 next year.
Yeah.
It's so much damage to that knee. Sad to see him go. He's had a great season. So get well soon, Joe.
Yep.
Also,
the Bengals have some really tough luck on the quarterbacks. Remember a long time ago when Carson Palmer tore his knee in the playoff game against the Steelers? He was just playing out of his mind. Yeah. Awesome. And then now it's like a repeat. You know, Carson Palmer, number 1 pick, 2003, tore his knee. Joe Burrow, number 1 pick, 2020, tore his knee. And that's an ugly script.
Yeah. Coming up next, we have old Christian McCaffrey, run CMC. He'll be out next week with a shoulder injury. Yeah, stinks. But yeah, he's out one more week with a shoulder injury. Julio Jones tweaked his hamstring this week, so he is still questionable for the upcoming weekend. Mark Andrews had his bruised thigh, so he's listed as day-to-day. Kenny Golladay, he is most likely to be out for the Lions next week with a hip injury still.
Yep.
And also for Detroit running back, Mr. Swift, wasn't so swift last week. He's going to probably be out with concussion protocol.
Yeah, again.
So pick somebody else up for him. Also for the Patriots, Rex Burkhead, knee injury, listed as questionable as well. Randall
Cobb.
This guy. Yes, Randall Cobb for the Houston Texans, sorry.
Yeah.
He's out with a toe injury. And then this kid, JUJU Smith-Schuster, this guy, hurt his toe kicking the ref's flag. That's dumb. I've seen dumb, like Leon Lett going for the ball in a snowy Thanksgiving Day game versus the Miami Dolphins. Tried to recover it, kicked into the end zone. Miami gets a touchdown, wins the game. Just about as stupid as that. Kicking a ref's flag, hurt his toe. What an idiot.
Still, nothing.
Also, Sam Darnold.
Nothing will ever top the butt fumble. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, no. Oh, Dirty Mark Sanchez. Butt
Seriously,
fumble.
it could have happened to it literally could not have happened to a person. That guy is a world-class jackass.
My uncle's got a T-shirt with that on it. It's awesome.
What, the butt fumble or the jackass?
Yeah, the butt fumble. Also, and to round out our injury news and notes, Sam Darnold will be out next week with a shoulder injury, so look for old Joey Flacco to get the start again next week for the lowly lowly Jets.
Yeah, man, Joe Flacco. Man, hey, you know, he did okay. It wasn't his worst
He
game.
did all right. He did okay.
So, I mean,
yeah, it wasn't a horrible game.
you know, there are.
So now we got
It's a decent option. I mean, if you're really desperate for a quarterback, or if you're on a bye week, you know, could be worse. So
yeah.
But you know, I mean, it is the Jets, and you got to keep in mind it's Adam Gase, and they average 13 points a game. So, you know, yeah. Anyway,
There's that.
So yeah, so some wonderful. Hey, thank you, Marty, for that. That was awesome, brother. Thank you for the great information. So, gotta keep everybody updated on those injuries. So, one other thing too, I believe Sony Michel's going to come back this week too. So basically, Rex Burkhead is out. Sony Michel's going to come back in. So they're still going to have a three-headed race in that backfield. So nobody knows what they're really going to do. I don't even think Bill Belichick knows what he's going to do till like Sunday, till like at 12:30. So. But some waiver wire pickups we want to pick up this week. Some guys who are on the wire. All these guys are below 50% in the league. So if you have them, go ahead and grab them. So there's some guys who have some really good weeks this week. The first guy we're going to start off with. This guy's getting more consistent every single week with this new team. Nelson Aguilar, receiver, Las Vegas Raiders. He's been a great guy. Derek Carr and him having really good chemistry this year. He's been a big play guy for the Raiders. So if he's on your waiver wire, go ahead and grab him. He's got a really nice schedule the rest of the way. Another guy we're pretty high on is Jordan Akins. He just came back from an injury. He is a tight end for the Houston Texans. He's on your waiver wire. He's going to be on everybody's waiver wire. He's only rostered in 2% of the leagues. So go ahead and grab him, put him on your roster. When he's coming back with Houston, Houston's can't run the ball. They're going to pass the ball. They can't guard anybody. On defense, they're going to pass the ball. Deshaun Watson's going to be running for his life because he got no offensive line. They're going to pass the ball. So if you see a theme with Houston, they're going to pass the ball. So the next guy on the list, we have two Ravens back-to-back on the receiving core. I think it's pretty obvious that Hollywood Brown isn't the receiver that the Ravens are hoping for. So the rest of the year, they're probably going to lean on Mark Andrews, of course. But the other two guys that you might want to pick up in deeper leagues is Dez Bryant, which is kind of a surprise. I never thought I would say that. Yes, the X Factor. He's rostered in only 7% of the leagues. And Mr. Willie Snead, he is rostered in less than that. He's rostered in 3% of the leagues. We know the Ravens don't have the best pass game, but in the playoffs, they have some of the best matchups. So they have a very, very weak, very easy playoff schedule when it comes to the teams they play in the backfield. So that is those are two guys you might want to stash in the store for a rainy day, just in case you need it, because injuries are happening, COVID's happening. There's a lot of crazy crap going on in 2020 that we all know. So next guy we want to look at the waiver wire for one more week at least is Carlos Hyde. We don't know what Chris Carson's going to do. Carlos Hyde came back last week. He looked really good. He looked fresh. He looked like the injury was far behind him. Scored a touchdown for Seattle against Arizona last week. He had a really nice week last week. So if he's on your waiver wire, he's only on 33% of the leagues. Grab him, put him in your lineup. Have confidence. You know he's a good running back. Last year he had over 1,000 yards for Houston. So just saying, he's not washed up. So. Next guy we want to put on there. We are going to put a Cowboy on there actually. Dalton Schultz, the tight end for the Cowboys. He is only rostered in 25% of the leagues, and right now we're not going to. I mean, there's no other way to put it, but tight ends suck this year. There's no other way to put it. We can't put it nice. Like you have Mark Andrews right now is probably the number 2. Hunter Henry is probably number 3. You got Travis Kelce is number 1. After that, it's basically a logjam. It's basically throwing darts at a dartboard after that. So if you can get Schultz on your roster, 25%, he's not a bad tight end, not a bad option. The Cowboys do like him. So that would be another nice tight end to have on your roster if you're looking for one to pick up. Another guy, the next two guys were the only reason why we're going to talk about them is because they both have super soft playoff schedules, just like the Ravens. It's going to be the Jets. So the last two guys that you want to look at picking up are 2 wide receivers on the Jets is BRESHAD PERRIMAN and the rookie DENZEL MIMS. BRESHAD PERRIMAN is picked up in 14% of the league. So if he's on the waiver wire, he had a nice touchdown this week. He had 2 receptions for almost 60 yards. So he had some nice points. DENZEL MIMS is only registered in 4.4 leagues, and he was a top target getter, or I shouldn't say target getter, but he was the top wide receiver that Joe Flacco looked at and having 9 passes thrown his way this week. So with that being said, those are 2 guys you might want to grab, maybe stash, see how they do, kind of see if you like it, kind of see if they don't like it. If you need a receiver, if you're desperate, again, it's 2020. injuries are happening. Stuff is going on all the time. COVID list injuries. This has been a year that we've had more injuries than I can count on one hand, basically. And it just look at the first round of your drafts. If just some of you are thinking about, yeah, like, you know, just, I mean, how many guys honestly drafted in the first round still have their first round guy playing? Yeah. You know, that's not injured, or that's doing what they're projected to do. You know, like a guy like Zeke Elliott is still playing, but he's not really projected what he's capable of doing because, one, all the injuries on that team, which is just crazy. But if you didn't get Dalvin Cook, if you didn't get, you know, Alvin Kamara, and maybe if Devontae Adams slid in your first round too as well. I mean, it's been a rough first round. Maybe Aaron Jones, maybe Josh Jacobs, but man, it's been, for the first round, this is the longest time I can remember for the first round. So many injuries, so many guys not doing anything. It's brutal. It's just crazy. So, anyways, thinking long term, thinking playoffs, thinking that way. These are some guys you want to grab off the waiver wire. Set yourself up for a nice playoff schedule, nice playoff run, and get you that victory in your league. So that's what it's all about. That is our video for the day. If you have any questions, comments, anything at all, let us know. Please like, share, hit the bell icon. Tell all your friends, all your families, tell all your league mates about us. You know, we're trying to get the word spread. We want to get out there. We want to help as many people as possible. That's what it's all about. You know, sometimes we're wrong on our predictions, and a lot of times we're right on our predictions. But hey, just get us out there. Let them know that you are following two fools and that we are two fools, and that's about it. So, but anyways, thank you for watching us. We're going to keep you updated. We're going to throw some more videos out this week. We're going to have one boom and one bust in each game prior to the Thanksgiving game. So we're going to do all the games on the slate this week. And what else are we going to talk about, Marty, this week?
We're going to talk about some studs and duds from this past weekend, which there were many of both. And we're also going to do the top 5 players from each position: quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, and running back. And
who knows? Maybe we'll even update you. Maybe we'll even update you on the top touchdown offenses too. Who knows? Cool. And maybe give you each leader on the top touchdown offenses for your fantasy playoff push. Who knows?
Well, listen.
But you know how you're going to find out? Watch our videos. That's how you're going to find out. So, all right.
It's a wise idea.
You know, I come up with them like once a year. So, you know, I try not to waste them.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody. I am Tyler, the uncool fool.
And I'm Marty McFly. Thank you, Triple F Squad, for joining us. We'll see you on the next one.
Adios.